Hello, everyone, and welcome to HCTV Sports for some high school boys basketball action. We have Metro East Conference play here between the hometown Hastings Raiders coming into the game with an overall record of 5-6, and the visiting North St. Paul Polwers coming into the game with an overall record of 2-6. My name's Reagan Hooverman. I'll be on play-by-play tonight, and now is as good a time as any to introduce my broadcast partner for the night, Theo Tollefson. So, Theo, how's it going?
It's going well, Reagan. You know, we're coming into a good game here tonight as the Raiders are on a 2-game winning streak right now. Something to be proud of as they won their last game against St. Thomas Academy by a total of 59-54 on Friday. And the game before that, they had a very entertaining game against the Simley High School Spartans. And that was something to watch. So we'll see if the Raiders can continue their hot streak here tonight against the Polars.
That's right. So we're going through starters right now, and I'm trying to do this on the fly as usual. So for the hometown Raiders, we'll start there. Carter Olson, the senior, will start at center. We also have Connor Deemy. We have, of course, Jaffe Gudisa. And we'll go through. They go into huddle. So we'll just go over to the Polars real quick. We've got number 2, Jaquan Wright, number 10, Merle Smith, number 22, Javon Jackson, number 24, LaRon Thomas, and number 25, Nino Johnson. Coming off the bench, unfortunately, is Casanova Edwards, my favorite name for the entire night.
Oh, absolutely. You've been hot about that name all night. It's a great name, man.
I saw that on the roster. I'm like, that's straight out of a movie.
Absolutely.
We're getting some looks from the crowd, but I'll ignore it. That's what happens when I'm on the mic. People, they want to see.
Yeah, they just want to hear what we have to say when they're watching the game live here in person, you know. You ever been to any professional game and you just see people trying to listen in on the broadcasters?
That's right. So we've got, for the Raiders, real quick, Jaffe Gudisa, Evan McGinnis, Connor Deemy, Carter Olson, and it looks like Jack Dunn.
Yes.
So, with that being said, we've got tip-off won by the hometown Raiders, and Gudisa will take it immediately to the baseline, kicked out, thought about a three. Now penetrating back top of the key. And that's Olson trying to find a way to get the ball out, and he does. That's Gudisa out near midcourt. A little bit of a spin move, picks up the dribble. He's going to have to get rid of it. Over to McGinnis on the left side wing. Now over to Olson. Olson fumbles a bit. Ooh, a nice spin move, driving into the lane. Little bit of a Euro step, and the layup is good.
Yeah, very impressive defense there by the Polars, but great offensive coordination done by the Raiders.
Nice little stutter step there from Carter Olson, and now we'll get the Polars on the attack for the first time tonight. This is Merle Smith out near midcourt. We'll get some screens out near the elbow, and it's simply just lost out of bounds, and it's a turnover for the Polars.
Something good here to just get a good game started for the Raiders as they have possession with the majority.
And we've got a three from the left side wing. That's Evan McGinnis, the 5'10 senior guard, and the Raiders are going to pick up full court pressure on Jaquan Wright to start the game. And now another steal. 5-0 lead for the Raiders with Gudisa pushing the pace. Free throw line, kick to the corner. That's a wide open three for Olson, and he connects. The lead is 8-0.
Just like that, and we're only a minute and a half into this game, and it's just crazy impressive offense there by the Raiders.
Goodness, the defense, the offense, everything is clicking.
Yeah, this is just like the last game we called. I mean, and already, like that last game we were calling on last Tuesday night, you know, the Raiders are successful so far with their three-point attempts, and it's only 2 for 2, but they had a hot streak going in that game as well, you know, getting like 6 or 7 straight three-pointers that they attempted, and it looks like we're going to get a foul called here.
So Merle Smith was trying to penetrate into the lane, and we get a blocking call there on the Raiders. It'll be on Carter Olson. So Smith to inbound, he does. That's over to Javon Jackson. Now a three-pointer from the top of the key, offside iron, no good. Rebound fought for hard. We got a 1-on-0 for the Raiders. Layup is up and good. It's 10-0.
Yeah, and I mean, Olson just hustled down to the other end of the other paint, and he just was wide open, and there was nothing the Polars could really do to prevent it, you know, just an easy layup.
And there's a Polar timeout. We're
only 2 minutes in.
I was going to say we're 2 minutes into the game, and it's it's getting a little ugly so far.
It has been, and that's, you know, a little concerning for the Polars right now as they are taking advantage of an early timeout just to try to get something going for themselves.
I agree, and I think it starts with breaking the press. I mean, the Raiders are picking up full court pressure. You got to find a way to break the press, and typically when you find a way to do that, it ends up with an easy layup on the other end. But they got to stop turning the ball over and kind of relax under this pressure.
Right, and, you know, the Raiders, if you're them, just keep the pressure up. Hope it keeps giving some success where they can get those easy layups, you know, and a few more three-pointers, and just get a massive lead here early.
Right.
And that's the opposite of what happened in the last game. It was in the first half they had a 20-28 score where St. Thomas Academy was leading against them, but they scored a total of 39 points in the second half, which is very impressive. And so, I mean, as what we're seeing right now, I think the Raiders are probably going to do the opposite tonight, just go heavy in the first half and maybe lighter in the second.
They certainly came out to play, so just 5 seconds here left in the timeout, and we'll get both teams returning to the floor. A beautiful start for the Raiders, but if you're a Polar fan, an absolute nightmare through the first 2 minutes.
Yep.
But a lot of time left. That is the advantage. The lead is 10, and it will be the Polars set to inbound. So that's LaRon Thomas, the senior, to inbound, and he does. Gets it over to Suttles. And a beautiful pass inside the lane. Little pump fake. Ooh, layup rims out, no good. Offensive rebound. 1-on-2. Can't get that one to go either. Fought for the rebound, and it's stolen away. What a defensive play from Smith.
Unbelievable.
Just going after it. Now Merle wants all of it. Oh, off left iron and no good. And the Polars seem to be playing a little bit harder coming out of that timeout.
Yeah, that they are, and I think they needed to get more aggressive out there, and there it is.
And we've got a stolen pass. It's a 2-on-1 all the way to the rack. We've got contact, and we'll get free throws, it looks like, for Javon Jackson.
Yep, as they call the foul now on Gudisa.
So we'll get Jackson, the junior, at the free throw line, trying to get the Polars on the board. So first free throw off back iron, doesn't fall, but he'll get a second go at it. And Jackson again off back iron, and we've got an offensive rebound and a foul immediately on Merle Smith. So coming out of that timeout, Smith, a couple offensive rebounds, a couple steals. He's kind of come alive here.
Yeah, he has at least, and I think that's one thing that's helped them at least try to get more competitive in this game early. And, of course, there's only been 1 minute really of play since that timeout has been called. So
right. We've got substitutions. Will Hubbard coming into the game, Michael Mitchell, and I believe Axel Arnold. And we'll get a Polar inbound pass near the free throw line. One dribble into the paint. Layup is up and good. So the lead cut to 8. We've got a reach-in foul. That will go against Jaquan Wright. And we'll get Carter Olson to inbound from the sideline. So Olson gets it into Mitchell. Mitchell's going to hand off to Hubbard. Now Arnold out near the logo. Driving. Oh, and they call a push-off. They're going to say offensive foul. Trying to look for that's 4 fouls already, and there's 15 minutes left.
it might be the other Hastings in North St. Paul game we called for girls basketball where there was, more than 20 fouls.
That offensive foul goes against Axel Arnold. Ball is loose. It's a 2-on-1 tipped by a Polar defender, and it goes out of bounds.
Kind of looked like he just lost those steps there.
The Polars have yet to find a way to break this press. They've struggled through the first 3 minutes here. So we'll get an inbound. Thought about a 3, decides against it. That'll be Hubbard now passing off to Arnold. Looking for a back door, not there. Instead goes to Mitchell. And to the short corner for Carter Olson. That's his favorite spot. But instead, we'll get a top of the key three, which is off front iron and no good from Mitchell. And rebound goes Polars. Trying to push the pace a little bit are the Polars. Subtle. Oh, beautiful give and go. Oh, the extra pass. Layup is good. Now that's beautiful offense from the Polars.
Yeah, that was exactly what they needed just to get back alive here.
And we got a layup going the other way. It's short. Rebound goes Jaquan Wright. He'll pass off. Thought about a three. Wasn't there.
Yeah, Wright's not the tallest guy, but in these couple of rebounds here, he's doing pretty well.
I agree. He's done a great job so far. Nice pass. Now we've got a corner three wide open. Nearly sent over the rim. Catches some iron. And rebound goes Olson. So Olson top the key. A little crossover. Oh, spin move. Oh, layup doesn't go.
Yeah, he was the only one there to really just get a rebound, which was a little unfortunate for the Raiders to even try something.
Layup for Suttles is no good. It's Carter Olson for the Raiders going the other way. Dumps off to Mitchell for three.
And just like that, Raiders are back up by another 9 points.
So the lead is 13-4, 13 minutes and change to go in this first half. Polars once again trying to break the press. Beautiful inbound pass. A little pump fake, and the layup is good for Smith.
Yeah, I think that's the one advantage for the Polars right now is their pump fakes.
Right.
On the offense.
They've been effective so far, and it's led to a couple layups as we get Axel Arnold out near the elbow. He'll hand off to Mitchell. Mitchell going straight to the rack. Layup off back iron, no good. And a rebound for Merle Smith. Smith looking to attack, and ball's knocked loose. Ends up in the hands of Hubbard. He'll come down the left side, now to the corner. Quick trigger immediately. No good. Rebound, Axel Arnold. Wild shot off back glass. And no good, so it'll be Polars' rebound, and the lead is 13-6. Slowing the pace down a little bit here. This is Smith on the left side. Now calling for a screen. And Smith gets double teamed in the corner. Tries to bounce it off a Raider defender. Bodies are everywhere on the floor, and it's a jump ball.
Yeah, that was kind of looking like what was going to be expected there for once they got the 2-on-1 on the defense.
So we'll get a decent amount of substitutions here. It looks like we've got Ishmael Powell checking into the game for the Polars. Nino Johnson still out there on the floor. Emmanuel Ajayi out there as well with Jaquan Wright.
And just like that, it just gets bounced out of bounds.
And
as soon
also
as it hits Mitchell's hand.
Robert Wessel, the senior, checking in. But this will be Powell to inbound from near the Raider bench. And he gets it in to Ajayi. Now to Wright. And we've got a three-pointer is up and good. Nino Johnson for three.
Yeah, now the Polars are only down by 4, so they've been able to rebound themselves from that timeout.
They've broke the press a couple times, and it's led to some easy points, and now another Raider turnover. We've got Wright trying to go coast to coast, but he's going to slow it down.
Yeah, you got to watch out for Wright. I think he's one of the understated players for the
Wright,
Polars right
a
now.
pull-up
Wow.
jumper from the free throw line, and it's going to be timeout Raiders. The Polar offense
has been able to, answer back on these early lead.
The Polar offense was MIA to start the game, and suddenly they've come alive, and the lead's been cut to 2.
Right. So we'll see if they can keep up this momentum now after their first timeout. Now that the Raiders are on a timeout, they got to just reconfigure themselves and figure out, what happened. How can we answer these guys?
And I think it's what we talked about during the first timeout that the Polars took. They started to break the press. There's less turnovers. The defense has picked up a little bit,
right.
and it's led to easy points. So they've done a great job in getting contributions from players off the bench as well. It's been an interesting first, I don't know how much time is left, 6 minutes or so?
Yeah, I think it's only been like 6.5 minutes.
So, great start to the game for the Raiders, and suddenly the Polars have just come storming back.
Ready to answer their early callings.
So we'll get both teams, as the officials tell them, hey, let's get back on the floor. You're out of time. I'm curious to know why the Raiders take their timeout way over like even beyond the baseline.
I couldn't tell you.
It's kind of interesting. I know the girls' team took their timeouts pretty much right next to the scorer's table. So
Right. I mean, they got the space. Maybe, I mean, sound carries a little more.
Little
Now
more,
there's less
right.
fans. That's the biggest thing.
A little more privacy.
But it seems like we have more fans here tonight than we have at any other game.
I think I agree with that.
Which, take it how you will, is a good and bad thing.
So it'll be Raider possession. It looks like we've got Sawyer Schiller on the floor, and now we get a pass into the post. Axel Arnold tries to kick it out. McGinnis thought about a three, instead dumps off to Mitchell. Mitchell driving, kind of an awkward shot. Offensive rebound, Arnold. He's cleaning glass tonight.
Yes, Arnold's rebound game right there was essential for the Raiders just to get back on the score side of things.
Layup is good for Arnold, and now the Polars looking to attack quickly themselves. As we've got Johnson in the corner, and he dumps off. Now thought about a three, instead driving into the lane off back glass, gets his own rebound, and the putback is good. So Ishmael Powell, the sophomore, doing a lot of work inside the paint.
That he is. Wide open there.
And now to the short corner, we've got the Raiders attacking, trying to back down to the post. Kicked out to Axel Arnold. And handoff to McGinnis. Now to Mitchell, thought about a three, instead drives. Ooh, awkward layup, nearly goes in.
Yeah, that was a little close there. And I think that's been costing the Raiders a little too early here. It's just a lot of shots that are just missing as they hit the rim.
Left side three for Nino Johnson is no good. Raiders trying to push the pace. Ball goes out of bounds and nearly ends up in a trash can.
Yeah, a little too much oomph behind that throw there by Arnold to get it over to Mitchell. And if Mitchell was able to catch that, if it was a little bit shorter, he might have been able to drive it for another layup.
So the Raiders lead 15-13, 10 minutes and change to go here in this first half. It'll be the Polars to inbound. Raiders still that signature full court pressure. So they try to set up a trap defense here, and we're likely going to get a block.
Yep. Now it's going to be the fifth foul here tonight.
So that foul looks like it gets charged to the 5'9" senior guard, Sawyer Schiller. So Polars inbound to Jaquan Wright. Wright will set up the offense. Now passes over to Johnson. Now to the corner. Thought about a three for Powell. Now trying to get the ball into the post, but not there. Just a scrap fest down there.
Yeah, I'm surprised that foul didn't get called down.
And
there.
It'll culminate in the Jaquan Wright jumper from the elbow to tie the game at 15. And a stolen inbound pass.
But it looks like he was out of bounds when he got it.
He was out of bounds. Jaquan Wright looking more like Deion Sanders trying to pick the
Sanders
ball.
never played basketball.
No, he didn't.
He would have been better a basketball player than baseball, though. I will say that.
He did intercept passes, though, and that,
I'll give you that.
Jaquan Wright just did it right there. So we'll get some more substitutions here. We'll see Michael Mitchell come to the bench for the Raiders as we get the inbound pass to Sawyer Schiller. So Schiller now passing into the elbow as we get a little screen and roll driving into the lane. Kicked out to Axel Arnold. Now this is Olsen attacking, backing down. And we've got a three-pointer from the top of the key, which rims out for Jack Dunn. Polars trying to push the pace.
Yeah, now that the Polars have caught up to the Raiders' early scoring, it's a tied game 15-15. The Raiders can't really be wasting any more shots, if they want to get a good extensive lead with the Polars here soon.
We've got Ishmael Powell trying to contain it, and he can't, so it'll be a turnover, and it'll be Raider possession.
Yeah, and hopefully with this new possession, they'll be able to turn things around for themselves and get another lead back.
The Polars have most certainly been playing with quite a bit of confidence the last 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah, as soon as they came back from that first time out,
right after
everything changed.
Completely agree. So we'll get Jack Dunn here with possession. Now to Arnold. Now to the corner to Tamar. Now back to Dunn. And he's kind of trapped in the post. Ball gets stolen. We're going the other way. It's Ishmael Powell. He's going to set up the offense out near the logo, put on some dribble moves. Now we've got Nino Johnson, left side wing. And a Raider falls down, which leads to a wide-open three-pointer for LaRon Thomas.
And now the Polars have their first lead of the night, 18-15.
So the lead is 3 for the Polars. The Raiders' offense has gone stagnant the last couple of minutes as we get done trying to drive.
Right.
Now a handoff to Arnold. Now it's back to Dunn, who's going to pull up at the elbow, and that's good. So trying to...
Still behind by a point, but if you're the Raiders, you just got to take some confidence and get in, back on the scoreboard with another 2-point shot there.
Trying to slow down the momentum that the Polars have established over the last couple of minutes as we've got LaRon Thomas, the senior, out in the left side wing, trying to put on some dribble moves near the sideline. It's going behind the back. And we've got a wide open kick to the right side corner off back iron. No good for Ishmael Powell. Rebound goes Marr.
Yeah, and the Raiders bench there for a second was just trying to add pressure up on the Polars just to make sure they would mess up and, get some momentum back to themselves.
And we've got Dunn from the left side for 3, and that rims out.
I think the one thing that's been risky for the Raiders with the 3 points is just not having enough guys underneath the net to get a good rebound. You only usually see one Raider underneath the net when they're trying to make those 3-point attempts.
Merle Smith is bullying people in the post. He just can't convert the layups.
Mm-hmm.
As we've got Carter Olson kicking out. Thought about a 3 was Marr. And a little up and under, and it rims out. And we'll likely get an outlet pass to Powell, and we do, and that pass is picked off. Carter Olson going the other way. It's a 1-on-2. Trying to back down the post. Ball is kicked out. It's a wide open 3 for the Raiders. That's converted. Schiller for 3.
Exactly what they needed to just get back in the lead.
So both teams kind of firing on all cylinders right now.
This is definitely going to turn into a more aggressive game as it continues, especially in the second half. And, of course, we only got 6.5 minutes left in this first half here, but we're already seeing just a lot different play than we were in those first 2 one-sided minutes for the Raiders.
We've got a short corner jumper from Merle Smith is no good. A lot of contact. Foul wasn't called. Carter Olson going 1-on-3, and he's fouled going to the bucket. It's going to be free throws.
Just what he needed.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Exactly.
A trip to the charity stripe for Carter Olson. So I would say he's one of the best shooters on the team. So
absolutely, and if he's this much closer to the net instead of his usual corner 3 shot points.
I know. I was going to say he loves the corner. This should be easy for him. He loves the corner 3s.
I just jinxed him.
And that's the old announcer jinx as we get Olson missing the first, and we'll get Gudisa checking back into the game.
That also might be helpful for the Raiders here, is just getting Gudisa back in the game.
As well as Connor Deemy. One thing about Gudisa, he ran the entire game pretty much the last game we called. And, and tonight, I think we've only called his name maybe once.
Well, he was only in those first 2 minutes, that's why.
They
benched him soon after.
You have to wonder what happened, but...
I don't know, just giving him a little more rest than usual, I guess.
And, nearly a backcourt, but they avoid it. Merles takes a 3, and that's sent via airmail.
Yeah, unfortunately in my notes I don't have the amount of minutes each player has played in their previous game, so I can't really make a good comparison to why Gudisa, maybe they're saving him for the second half, I mean, just based off the scoring, it's possible he was electric in the last game in the second half.
Great.
So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see.
So it'll be Jaffe Gudisa set to inbound. The lead is 21-18, just under 6 minutes to go in the first half. So we'll get some screens out near the free throw line. Pass is picked off on the inbound by Merle Smith. So we'll get Jaquan Wright going the other way. He'll set up the offense. And now taking it to the left side wing. A few dribble moves trying to break down the defender. Now this is the freshman Aiden Hammond. And now it's back to Merle Smith. Really slowing down the offense here. So we get Suttles pulling up from the elbow. That's no good. Rebound fought for, tipped, and it'll stay Polar possession. So we'll get the junior Suttles set to inbound from the baseline. And it goes into the post to LaRon Thomas. He's going to give it back to Suttles. Now over to Jaquan Wright.
Raiders definitely got to be careful right here.
Ooh, a broken down defender, and we've got a timeout called. Yeah. So Polars want to talk it over, trailing by 3. The lead for the Raiders is 21-18.
That timeout might have just cost the Polars 2 nice points there to at least keep the game a lot closer for themselves.
I'm wondering, maybe there was some miscommunication on what they want to run on offense, but I didn't see anything that needed an urgent timeout, I guess I would, yeah.
No, definitely not. I can agree on that
But,
one.
hey, I'm not going to question timeout use because we know what happened after the first timeout. They were down 10-0. They come out on like an 8-0 run and get right back into the game.
Exactly. So we'll see how effective this is for either team once they get back on the court.
So we got 30 seconds remaining. It was a full timeout for the North St. Paul Polars, trailing by 3, and they've give them a lot of credit. A lot of teams might come out after if you trail 10-0 in the first 2 minutes. A lot of teams will mail it in and just say, you know what, it's a double-digit lead, regardless of the time left in the game, and they'll mail it in. But they've fought hard and even have been trading leads for the last couple minutes.
Right, and that's the thing. The Polars have only held the lead momentarily, but that was still just a huge momentum to get back from a 10-0 deficit to start off. So, that's the impressive thing is just like these teams are going to keep battling throughout the rest of this game. And we still got a little over 5 minutes in this first half. So I think these could be the most entertaining minutes of the first half we will see.
Both teams reaching their offensive pinnacle for the night, at least so far. And we'll get an inbound pass. It's Merle Smith. He'll cross midcourt. Now dump it on over to Jaquan Wright on the right side wing. He'll go top of the key back to Smith. Now over to Suttles on the left side. We've got a screen for Suttles, and he kicks to the corner. Merle Smith, a little bit of a jab step. Now back out to right. Now swung over to Suttles. Suttles attacking short corner jumper. Doesn't get a friendly roll, but Merle Smith there to clean glass and put it back in for a layup. So we get Carter Olson going the other way off. Back iron, maybe being a bit too aggressive as we get an outlet pass to Smith, who's going to turn around 1-on-2, and he's fouled. So Merle Smith will go to the free throw line, trailing by only 1.
Yeah, and that might be costly there for the Raiders. And again, I think I just got to keep bringing this point up. They are just not getting enough players underneath the net when they're on offense.
I agree, they've been getting killed on the rebounds so far.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been...
That could cost them a lot if they don't.
Completely agree. I mean, teams that typically lose the rebound battle lose the game.
Right. And they got to get back on it. Ooh.
So Smith, no good on his first attempt.
Yeah, those shots are never fun when they're just bouncing around on the rim and never fall in.
So Smith set to shoot his second. And that one's converted, so we're all tied up at 21 with 4.5 to go in the first half.
Yeah, if the Raiders don't want to keep repeating their mistakes of not getting enough rebounds, they better not waste, a three-point shot without having 2 guys underneath the net. But it looks like we'll get a foul call here.
So it looked like Michael Mitchell got bumped out near the free throw line, and only the third team foul for the Polars, so not too worried about the bonus, at least not yet.
No.
As we'll get Gudisa to inbound. Oh, beautiful inbound pass to Mitchell with rims out. A missed layup, and now a 2-on-1 opportunity going the other way. Pass into the post. Layup attempt is no good. Offensive rebound and a putback opportunity for Emmanuel Ajayi. So now Gudisa looking to attack. He kicks out, now swung around. Beautiful passing for the Raiders, and it's converted by Mitchell for 3.
Finally give him another lead back after a small deficit there.
The extra pass ends up converting in favor of the Raiders. The lead back to 1. And now a three-pointer from the top of the key is no good. Ends up in the hands of who else? Merle Smith, who's going to dump off kind of a 360 layup attempt. Smith ends up with it again. He's cleaning glass.
What about that? Huh.
Merle Smith is doing it all tonight for the Polars. As we get a three-pointer again from Mitchell. Mitchell is heating up from behind the arc.
Unbelievable. And it looks like Mitchell will try to stop the passing right there, and they're going to get called out of bounds.
So Mitchell, 2 possessions, 2 3-pointers, and 6 points to bring the lead to 2 for the Raiders. So we'll get set for under the bucket inbound pass.
We'll get a few substitution here for the Polars.
So Merle Smith leaving the floor. Suttle's leaving the floor. Two of the best players that have come on the floor tonight for the Polars. So if you're the Raiders, this is your time to get after it with
absolutely
with Smith having to take a breather.
And now they have that 2-point lead, so we'll see how they hold up on that.
And beautiful passing. A little bit of an extra pass everywhere. Three-pointer off front iron and no good for Nino Johnson, the junior. Instead, it's Mitchell going the other way to McGinnis. Now over to Olsen. Now to rough shot off back iron for Gadisa for three. No good.
I thought it was going to get stuck in the rim there for a second.
I thought it was too. Right attacking now. Corner three-pointer again, just slightly short there for Nino Johnson. Ball is loose. We got players fighting for it, putting the body on the line.
Yeah, they'll call a jump ball on that one, remaining in Polar possession.
Oh, they'll say Raider possession.
Oh.
So
I thought the last jump ball was called for the Raiders. That's why I assumed so.
We've had that happen before.
Yes, we've had that. I mean, that's one of the easiest things to confuse, honestly.
So Olsen will inbound successfully to Sawyer Schiller. So Schiller crossing midcourt, now attacking the right side, picks up his dribble, thought about a three, instead dumps into the post to Arnold. Arnold, oh, beautiful pass from Arnold. Schiller, the layup is good.
Nice layup there, even though he had a practically 3-1 under the net, he was able to get it in.
What a pass from Arnold. You don't see many big guys that have court vision like that.
At this level, no.
So we'll have LaRon Thomas driving to the rack.
Wow.
Oh, he missed the dunk. Oh my goodness, that caught me off guard.
Very impressive attempt dunk there. Just unfortunate to see that it did not land through.
I think that guy has springs on his shoes.
I think he might too. But
my goodness, the vertical. He got up for that. Oh, that kind of scared me a little bit.
You were not expecting that, that's for sure. Very impressive attempt there by Thomas, but when you dunk and it doesn't fall through, that's one of the most disappointing things that can happen to you on the court.
I've yet to call it dunk. That was going to be monumental for me.
I thought we were going to our last game just because of how small that court was and how old it was.
Yeah,
so it was a little bit lower.
I was going to say I'm scared that if someone dunked in that game, it might shatter the old glass backboard.
It could have, yeah, but we didn't have one, even an attempt.
But it will be the sophomore Powell from the free throw line. The second is good. The lead has been cut to 2, 29-27. Advantage for the hometown Raiders. Just under 2 minutes to go in the first half. So it's Axel Arnold to inbound. He gets it out to McGinnis, who needs to cross midcourt, and he does. So McGinnis to Arnold, out near the logo. Arnold to Schiller. Schiller attacking, kicked out. That's McGinnis for three, off back iron, no good. And we get a Polar rebound. Wide open three-pointer from the left wing is no good. Offensive rebound fought for. Going up strong for the layup. The senior, LaRon Thomas. Now the Raiders coming back quickly on the offensive end. Layup is no good for Mitchell, and we've got a foul call.
It looks like that one's going to be called on the Polars, which might be fortunate enough for the Raiders, but nope, I'm wrong.
Right, so okay.
That one's getting called on.
So that one goes against Kelvin Marr.
Yes.
And it will be 1-1 for Ishmael Powell. If he makes the first, he'll get an opportunity at the second. If he misses, it's a live ball.
I think the one thing that the Raiders have had going for them is that the Polars are definitely not as good as three-point shooters as they have been tonight.
So the first free throw is good for Powell. He'll get the second, and the Polars have regained the lead, now leading 30-29. 1 minute, 19 seconds to go in this first half. And Powell converts the pair. So it'll be McGinnis for the Raiders going the other way. Now over to Schiller. And Schiller kicks out to McGinnis. Now over to Axel Arnold. And Arnold will drive. Ball's loose on the floor. Dived on. Still ends up in Raider possession. And layup off back iron, no good. Rebound goes Mitchell. Mitchell driving a little bit of a circus layup, and it finds the bottom of the bucket.
That's impressive there.
And now we've got Jaquan Wright attacking. Now swung over. Oh, beautiful passing. Oh, spin move for Powell. Layup is no good. Who else on the glass? It's Merle Smith. He's probably got 10 rebounds in the first half.
No, I would agree.
We got Schiller attacking. 30 seconds to go in the first half. Raiders trailing by 2. Axel Arnold with possession. Now over to Schiller.
Raiders can't miss an opportunity here to try to tie the game going into halftime.
And they'll likely hold for the last shot, which it looks like they're going to do. Powell playing tight defense, and we've got a foul call.
This could be costly for the Raiders going into the second half.
We've got some visiting fans chanting bad call. Don't want to have another ejection on our hands.
I mean, unlike last game, the fans are further away.
That was so funny.
From the refs to hear anything, but I wouldn't rule it out quite yet.
So 14.9 seconds to go. Axel Arnold to inbound. He gets it out to Dunn, and Dunn will hand off to Schiller. Schiller likely getting trapped, and he's fouled. So it looks like that will be the 5th team foul for the Polars, so still no bonus yet. 10 seconds to go, and the Raiders will have to inbound once again. So it'll be Jack Dunn, the senior guard, to inbound, and he gets it over to McGinnis. McGinnis with 8 on the clock. McGinnis, top of the key. Oh, backdoor pass to Mitchell. Mitchell goes up. Weird layup, no good.
Ooh.
Offensive rebound for 3 at the buzzer, and it's short for Jack Dunn. So a couple scoring opportunities go just a bit wayward for the Raiders there to end the first half. The lead is 33-31 for the Polars. And what did you think about the first half?
I mean, it was another entertaining game so far. I mean, obviously the Raiders just took full possession in the first 2 minutes of the game, and it looked like they were just going to keep this carrying. But then, the Polars came back and answered big, and now they have a lead going into halftime, 33-31. And of course, the Raiders not down as much as they were in the last game. They played against St. Thomas, where the score was 28-20 going into the halftime. So I think the Raiders have the potential to still bounce back from this deficit and make a good opportunity to, come away with another win here tonight. So we'll see what happens.
Right. So the Polars lead once again, 33-31, and we'll take a quick break here at halftime. Stick around right here, HCTV Sports. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to HCTV Sports for some Metro East Conference play between the hometown Hastings Raiders and the North St. Paul Polars. A really competitive first half of action, but quickly we'll look at the Metro East Conference standings. South St. Paul in the lead at 12-0 overall, Matamidi 10-1, Tartan 9-1. Then you see Hastings 5-6, North St. Paul 2-6, Simley 3-5, Henry Sibley 2-9, Hill Murray 2-6, and in the cellar is St. Thomas, still winless at 0-8. So that's a brief recap of some of the Metro East standings. And now, Theo, I'll welcome you back into the broadcast.
Yeah.
We've got a 2-point advantage for the Polars. What do you think needs to happen in the second half for the Raiders?
Get better at the rebound game, making sure you always have 2 guys underneath the net so you're not wasting as many opportunities, and, get more scoring opportunities to keep it in. And, their 3-point game hasn't been bad at all tonight. I mean, they're just taking less opportunities than we've seen in previous games. But, I think it's that and just being aware of, how aggressive North St. Paul has been coming back around after that first time out in this game. So,
completely agree. And,
yeah.
And this is one of the situations where I'd love to have live stats.
Mm-hmm.
If we could see, hey, how many points does each player have? What do the rebounds look like? Assists, turnovers, all that. Rebounds is what I want to see, because that guy right there, we can't see him on the screen. He's in the stands right now, but Merle Smith, the senior, he's been dominating the entire night. He's scoring a lot of points. He's effective in the paint.
Mm-hmm.
The defense has been good, and he's been rebounding like no other.
Right.
And I think he's the main reason why they have a lead right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably going to keep up that momentum as the second half keeps going on, and we'll just have to keep our eyes out for him and make sure we get that out to you people.
As we just got a look right there of the Raiders coming out of half. Little Little coach pep talk before they take the floor. And it'll be Polar's possession to start the second half. 18 minutes are on the clock. Once again, the advantage is 2 for North St. Paul. And there we go with the inbound. So the second half is underway here from Hastings High School. As we get right with possession. Top of the key, driving into the, trying to get into the lane, but instead kicks out to Suttles. Suttles, a short corner jumper. He's hit hard, and it'll be free throws. So Suttles, who's been so effective tonight at getting to the bucket, instead decides for a little hesitation move and pull up from the short corner, and he'll go to the free throw line.
And definitely not how you want the second half to start out here for the Raiders.
Right.
So hopefully not all these shots are going to make it in, but
So Suttles' first free throw is just a bit short and no good.
yeah, as long as the Raiders can get a good rebound here and get a good drive going. Well, not so much a rebound, but
and the second free throw is good, so the lead extended to 3. The Polars putting on some full court pressure themselves as we get Gudisa, who's been fairly quiet tonight. Now Arnold over to McGinnis. Now back to Axel Arnold. Now to Mitchell. Mitchell driving, and it's turned over, so Polar's going the other way. This is Suttles on the attack, trying to break down defender. We got a screen and a beautiful dump-off pass. Layup isn't converted. Loose ball ends up in the hands of Jackson.
oh,
Oh
wow,
my
okay.
Goodness, this is wild. Bodies are everywhere.
Ball was rolling everywhere, and no one had a good handle on it there for a few seconds.
That was 20 seconds of carnage. And when all is said and done, it'll be the Raiders with possession and Olsen to inbound from the sideline.
Yeah, take advantage of this chaos and see if you can get a good three-point shot to tie the game here.
So
and it looks
Mitchell
like Mitchell will.
is left open. Three-pointer, no good. Offensive rebound, McGinnis. And a beautiful follow from Evan McGinnis, the 5'10 senior guard.
And it's exactly the rebound game we were hoping for to see from the Raiders in the second half. And they started out well there with McGinnis playing right underneath the net. But, you know, they got to keep that going and not just on one play.
We've got a hard foul on a layup. Looks like that was Axel Arnold with the foul. And that it is. And it looks like we'll have Javon Jackson, the junior, going to the free throw line.
Again. Correct? Or was it?
Last time it was Suttles.
Suttles,
earlier.
okay. My bad.
So Jackson's first. Rims out. The lead still 34-33 advantage for the Polars. And 16 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the second half. And now Jackson's second. And that one no good either. Offensive rebound, been the story of the game. And the putback rims out, another offensive rebound.
And another foul, looks like, on Arnold.
And Jackson, it's going to be deja vu. He's going straight back to the line.
Now it's a second. No, correct.
We've got some fans getting a bit vocal. So Jackson back at the line for his first. And that one's short, so Jackson not having a very effective trip to the charity stripe right now. Now Jackson will get his second attempt at it. And that off back iron and no good. Rebound fought for, ends up in the hands of Jaffe Gudisa. And he'll pass over to Arnold. Arnold now looking for Mitchell, and it ends up in the hands of McGinnis. Now Gudisa, he's going to pull the trigger. Off back iron, no good. Offensive rebound for Mitchell.
Ooh.
And just a bit of an unfortunate break right there for Mitchell, but a nice effort play. So it'll be Polars to inbound. Ball is tipped.
Ooh.
And nearly saved. Mitchell's been fantastic tonight.
I think that's one of the best places you can find him is just on those inbound passes.
Right.
And if he's covering the guy throwing the ball in, he's going to make a really good attempt to, mess up their momentum.
And
right there.
And again, it's tipped. So Mitchell keeping the effort level at an absolute premium.
I mean, you might be chipping off a few seconds there when you're making those plays like Mitchell is, but you take that and it ruins the momentum of the opposite team.
So now this is Wright driving in, 3-on-2, and it goes inside the post to Merle, which is no good. Offensive rebound, up and in. It's, like I've been saying, it's the story of the night. That's Robert Wessel on the follow. Now Carter Olson looking to drive to the lane. Wild shot off the back of the rim, no good.
That drive probably wasn't the best decision given no one else was even remotely near the net for the Raiders.
So now over to Wright, and inside pass is picked off by Axel Arnold. Jaffe Gadisa going the other way. It's a one-on-one. He slows it down. Kicked out to Mitchell. Now over to McGinnis, who buries a three. McGinnis cashing in from deep. The game is knotted up at 36. And once again, throwing on the full court pressure.
Yeah, and that's what the Raiders have the advantage here for.
So it'll be the senior, LaRon Thomas, set to inbound. Of course, Mitchell on the defense. Now back to Thomas. Thomas taking it coast to coast. Oh, a beautiful dump-off pass right there. And a conversion by Robert Wessel. And now Gudisa on the attack. Layup offside iron, no good. 3-on-2 fast break drill the other way. Corralling. And I believe we have a foul call.
Yeah, we're going to get that with the corralling.
And that goes against Axel Arnold, and that's his fourth foul.
Yeah, Arnold might be fouled out of this game, which is not what you want to see for it.
He's got to come out of the game right now. He can't play with 4 fouls.
They just took Olsen out, and they're putting him back in just because of all the fouls that he's committed tonight.
You can't play with 4 fouls left, 15 minutes to go.
No.
So the breather for Olsen cut short. 3-pointer from the corner is no good. And it's Olsen with the rebound. Now Gudisa going the other way. Now over. 3-pointer from the right wing is offside iron. No good. Rebound McGinnis. Gudisa wants a shot at it himself. Again, no good. And we get a rebound. Now up to Smith. Smith. Wow. Pass inside the post. No good. And Gudisa going the other way. Both teams playing 100 miles an hour. McGinnis is going to try to continue. I don't think he called bank, but it counts all the same. Off the glass and finds a way bottom of the pylon. Raiders regain the lead 39-38. Now Polar's looking to come right back at it. Oh my goodness. Merle Smith. Someone's going to make a highlight of that guy tonight.
Absolutely. He might be making another, well, he did not make the
Raiders
dunk attempt, but he might make one himself.
Raiders thought about a 3. Ends up for McGinnis in the corner. It's tipped out of bounds.
Yeah, and, the 3-point game is what's been the Raiders' advantage all night. And if they're going to make a few more attempts here, hopefully they'll be able to get some guys underneath the net.
So with that Merle Smith layup, the lead back again in the hands of the Polars, 40-39. 14 minutes and change to go here in the second half. And it'll be Schiller to inbound from under the bucket. Schiller looking, delivers to Olsen out near the logo. Olsen driving. And a kick out for a wide open 3 is good! Demi for 3. Lead. Advantage. Goes Raiders 42-40. Layup coming the other way. Just a little too much sauce on that one. Doesn't go. McGinnis on the attack. He's going all the way to the rack. And
they're going to call a foul on him there, it looks like. Oh, no.
Whoa.
That one might be going on Thomas.
Hold on here. Oh, wow. We've got a loose ball foul. So we've got a foul away from the ball. That's going to go against LaRon Thomas, the senior. As we get a substitution, we've got, and he's
staying in.
And he's not on the roster. 23 is not.
No, he is not.
23 is not on the roster, so we have, once again, another mystery man, the second consecutive game.
Yeah, I don't have him on my stat sheet here either.
So Mitchell driving, kicking out to Schiller. Schiller, ooh, nice ball fake. Attacking into the lane. Ball gets loose, and it's going the other way for the Polars. This is Ishmael attacking. A little bit of a stutter step, and he's hit hard. So Ishmael Powell is going to go to the charity stripe. Trailing by 2. The Raiders lead 42-40. 13 minutes, 22 seconds remaining in regulation. How many mystery men are we going to see this season?
I think one on each team. That's not the Raiders.
I was gonna say, 2 is too many.
That is true.
We like to, wow, that was
pretty far off.
A bit wayward on that shot.
A little too much behind it, not to get enough, flow into the net.
And you don't expect Powell to shoot much. He's been just dominating inside the paint the entire game, so maybe not very comfortable at the free throw line.
More of a Sean Kemp type.
Right.
Yeah.
And the Raiders already have 5 fouls with 13 minutes to go in the second half, so a foul game could become a factor here shortly. But the second one is pure, so Powell, and he's limping.
Ooh.
So Powell's going to come to the sideline, and he's replaced by the junior Javon Jackson.
Yeah, this is 13 fouls for the Raiders already here tonight. They had 8 in the first half, now 5 here in the second half, and we still aren't even at the 13-minute mark, so this is just...
So Schiller dishes off to Mitchell. Now Mitchell over to Olsen. Olsen, a little bit of a spin move and a ball fake. Now to the corner. He's been so hot tonight, but it's off back iron and no good for Demi. And the rebound goes Jaquan Wright. Wright attacking. A little bit of a floater. Ooh, wow. Shades of Derrick Rose for Jaquan Wright. Taking the lead back 43-42. And now the Raiders back on the attack, not missing a second. Olsen thought about a 3. Now over to Schiller. Schiller out near midcourt. And he gets it over to Olsen. Olsen, a bit of a spin move. Now to Mitchell. Mitchell top of the key driving. Now to McGinnis. McGinnis, ball is on the floor, ends up in the hands of Mitchell, who wants a 3.
Wow.
He wants a 3, and he's got all of them.
That's impressive. That was just... He was almost on the out-of-bounds line there, making that three-point attempt.
Mitchell from a couple feet behind the arc to cash it in and regain the lead, 45-43. But here it is, the Polars going the other way.
Swipes it from right. Wow.
It's stolen. Schiller on the attack,
Ooh.
And he's hit hard going up for a layup.
Yeah, mystery man had him just lined up. Not a really good attempt to get a good layup there. Big guy.
So you have to assume. So Schiller will go back to the free throw line with a 2-point advantage for the Raiders. 12 minutes to go. Oh, they're going to say the foul was on the floor, so not in the act of shooting. It'll be an inbound pass, which is nearly stolen.
Out of bounds on Thomas.
So it'll be Carter Olsen to inbound from the sideline. Somebody's got it. Somebody's got to come get it. There they get it into Mitchell, and Mitchell's being double teamed. Now over to Schiller. Schiller to Olsen in the corner. Olsen loves it off his hand, and it's good. For good reason. He was celebrating as soon as it left his hand.
Oh, absolutely. Polars don't really know what they're dealing with when they got Olsen in the corner, and if he's got a good place lined up, he's going to know if it's going in or not.
That is his spot, and he knows immediately. Now the Polars back on the attack. We've got a quick three-pointer going the other way. That's no good for LaRon Thomas. And it's off the Raiders, so it'll remain Polar possession. Trailing by 5 now, 48-43, 11 and a half to go. So it will be, unfortunately, the mystery man to inbound. Gets it into Jaquan Wright. Now a screen near the top of the key. Wright, a deep 2 is good. Unfortunately for the Polars, had a foot on the line, and now the Raiders going back the other way quickly. McGinnis, one dribble. He wants a 3. It's buried.
He's got it. He's got it.
McGinnis, Mitchell, Olsen, they're all hitting from deep right now, and the lead is back up to 6 for the Raiders.
This is something they just needed to get going to come back from the deficit. Now they got 20 points here in the second half, and we're not even at the 10-minute mark.
Wild layup off the backboard is no good. Ball is saved And three-pointer is no good. Another offensive rebound, and we've got a foul call.
Yeah, that one going on McGinnis against Thomas there.
So I don't know that the Raiders have been doing much better on rebounding this half, but they've been shooting the lights out of the gym.
I would definitely say they're doing better on rebounding. Yeah, their shooting game has been
guess
more
that's
three.
fair. The first half was kind of a disaster.
No, but in terms of just like three-point opportunities, those have been up here in the second half, and that's why we've seen the score that we have now, which is 51 to 45.
And they're making just about everything, so it'll be Polar possession. Jaquan Wright now attacking is Thomas, and now into the post. Oh, rims out. Oh, my goodness. Hard contact everywhere.
Yeah, it's Smith down there for a second. I knew that was exactly what's going to happen. Mitchell getting a good rebound there for the Raiders. Now they can make a drive.
Several offensive rebounds, but they can't convert. Oh, McGinnis going to baseline, going to work one-on-one. Dishes off.
Nice.
To Gudisa and converts the layup. The lead is 53 to 45. Now just under 10 minutes to go in the second half, and we've got a timeout.
Yep. Figured one of those might be coming soon, just with how it's been this back and forth, and
both teams going 100 miles an hour. We've got it's going to be a full timeout for the Polars. So the second half, I mean, the Raiders shooting has come alive, especially from beyond the arc. I mean, Olsen, Mitchell, McGinnis, they've all been hitting, and it's led to an 8-point lead here.
Exactly. And, there's still a lot of good defensive pressure kept up by the Polars there. But, the Raiders have read that, and that's why they're taking advantage of these three-point opportunities every chance they get them. And so, and the rebound game, like you said, it's a little bit better. But the rebound attempts have been less just because they're making more three-point opportunities. And, they're able to read, the offensive, paint pressure that the Polars are putting up as well, so they can also get a good rebound there.
So an 8-point lead for the hometown Hastings Raiders. North St. Paul Polars trailing, but by no means out of it. We've seen them turn like we saw early in the game, a 10-point lead around in just a couple of minutes. So
and there's still 10 minutes left in the game. So
a lot of ball game left.
A lot can happen in this time. So we will see what happens here. I mean, the Raiders can't get too comfortable with this 8-point lead, and if they can keep the three-point momentum up going, we'll see what happens.
So both teams coming out of the timeout. It will be Polar possession. Merle Smith will inbound. And Smith gets it in to Javon Jackson. Now back to Smith. It goes out of bounds off his leg. And it's a turnover. It'll be Raider possession.
Yeah, Mitchell being a little shorter than Smith, so he couldn't keep up his usual pressure with the throw in.
So the Raiders here now crossing midcourt is Gudisa. Gudisa now on the right side wing trying to take it all the lane. Ball's on the floor, and it's stolen by LaRon Thomas, and now Wright going the other way. Beautiful dump-off pass. The layup is missed. An offensive rebound and a foul call. Javon Jackson. He's becoming friends with the free throw line tonight.
Yeah.
I think this will be his third trip there.
Third one just in this half.
Right. So it will be the junior Jackson at the free throw line. Trailing by 8. The first rim's out. Free throws have not been favorable to him tonight. He's missed several here just alone in the second half. And he misses both there on the trip, so the Raiders get away with one, maintain their 8-point lead. 9.5 to go. And it's Gudisa now over to Mitchell out near the top of the three-point line. Now handed off to McGinnis. Now Gudisa. He wants a three of his own. It's off side iron. No good. And
couldn't really tell who that was off.
It's going to go out of bounds. They're not sure. They're going to. Okay,
so call a jump ball there.
Right. So he doesn't know who it's off of, and it will be
Polar possession there on this
Polar
one.
Possession, right. So now the inbound to Jaquan Wright. Wright will take his time here, crossing midcourt, and it's telegraphed, picked off by Gudisa, and an easy 2 points the other way. He was reading that the whole way.
Oh, he had it, that's for sure.
So just kind of a lazy pass right there, gets picked off and turns into 2 points, and now the ball is, it's thrown out of bounds by Smith, but they're going to call a foul before that happened.
Well, someone's got to go get the ball, right? Or they're just going to throw a new one in.
Nope. They're going to send Gudisa over there to go get it. And we've got a substitution, so it will be...
Gudisa heading out.
Right. So he's going to take the long way around. And it's Sawyer Schiller, the 5'9 senior guard, to check in. And now we've got another substitution, this time for the Polars. It's Emmanuel Ajayi replacing the junior Javon Jackson, who's been dominant on the glass tonight, along with, of course, the senior Merle Smith. But now we go to
Smith at the line?
The free throw line. So that's good. And it's the 1-and-1, so he made the first. He'll get the second. The lead cut to 9. 8 minutes, 52 seconds to go in this second half. And Smith misses the second, so it's Mitchell going the other way. And he tries to get it to Schiller. So Schiller now driving into the paint, stops, kicks. Three-pointer is
no good.
No good. It'll be the other way. Polars attacking. Layup is no good as well. Rebound goes Smith.
Oh, wow.
Now it's stolen by McGinnis.
That was an impressive steal there by McGinnis, yeah.
So McGinnis putting on the dribble moves against Ajayi. Now it's Olsen dribbling into the paint. Ball is loose, and it's loose. It looks like Olsen was inadvertently hit in the face. No foul call. And we've got Merle Smith going the other way. The lead is 8 for the Raiders. While it's Polar possession, we've got a turnaround jumper off back iron and no good for Ishmael Powell. So now it's Olsen who delivers to Schiller. Schiller driving on the right side, tries to get a pass to a cutting player, no good.
Quan Wright read that one perfectly, just to get a good interception there for the Polars, but something just got called. Looks like
and we've got an offensive foul. It looks like it's going to go against, looks like they're going to go against Ajayi potentially here. We'll wait for the official word. Regardless, it will be Raider possession.
No, that's against Thomas.
Oh, they're going to say Thomas. So that's 4 on Thomas. So the senior LaRon Thomas will likely come out of the game.
Looks like he's staying in for the moment, but they could have someone else subbing him right now. No, he's coming out.
Asking the official on what you can assume is the call that picked up his fourth and effectively sent him to the bench.
Yeah, we probably won't even see him until the last like 2.5 minutes now.
So Gudisa hands off to Mitchell. Mitchell driving.
That one in, but I don't know what was called there.
They're going to waive it. They say the foul was on the floor, so instead of an and-one opportunity.
That one's being called on Smith.
It's going to be an out of bounds for the Raiders. Referee is wiping points off the board for Hastings.
I mean, they still got a 8-point lead right now, so you can't get too upset about that, but at the same time, that is unfortunate. I don't know what just got called there. Timeout.
They're going to say timeout, so Gudisa couldn't find anyone to get. That's actually a big swing, though. It's 8 points. If that goes in and they call the foul, it's at least 2, potentially back to a 10-point lead.
Right.
And instead, they have to burn a timeout because they had to go to the inbound pass and couldn't get it in. But nonetheless, it is an 8-point lead, and it looks like we had a substitution check in, so we'll see Kelvin Marr, the 6-foot sophomore, check in. As we get a score update, Hastings 3-0, boys hockey over South St. Paul. That game is currently in the second period. Just a bit of a score update on that.
Keep you informed on the other winter sports happening in the community.
That's what we do here.
Yeah, exactly.
We're a complete broadcast crew.
Yes, and we'll continue that as we head into the spring here soon. Started March yesterday already.
It seems like we were in March 2020 just yesterday.
Remember how that was for us?
Yeah, unfortunately I do. Unfortunately, I do remember that. We'll call it interesting. We'll call it interesting time.
Interesting 2.5 weeks for us. You and I personally, but
Scrambling
we survived.
Hey, we were doing hardcore coverage of campus there.
That was probably the most extensive hardcore coverage we've done in our
and
lives
it was
so
just
far.
like they were just sending out assignments. Hey, you go here. This meeting right here. You go talk to provost. Like,
they're like, ooh.
It's like, all right, I have classes to go to, but I guess I'll just skip.
I'm more comfortable with skipping classes than you have. Remember?
Right. So I was like, I guess I'll just miss class and do reporting.
Well, the one time I skipped and the rest of the class got lectured because of my actions.
That's a story for maybe the post game.
Yep.
So we'll get Gudisa with possession as we get a Polars visiting crowd trying to make some noise. As we get Mitchell attacking, and whoa, we've got a jump ball call.
Yeah, on that one, it looks like Mitchell was going for a layup there, and they're just going to call a jump ball on that one.
Rarely do you see a jump ball called while someone's in the air.
Strange call there, definitely by the refs, but, it's still Raiders' possession, so you can take advantage of that. But now you got another obstacle in the way, which is
Gudisa to inbound. McGinnis thought about a three. He'll drive. Kick to the corner. He's so comfortable there. Carter Olson for three.
And if the Polars haven't caught on now, they got to make sure they got two guys in the corner if Olson's there.
It's becoming too late. He's been catching threes from the corner all night. So it's Smith going the other way, and he'll dump it off. Ooh, beautiful pass. And the layup can't be converted, but we've got a foul call, so it'll be Ishmael Powell going to the free throw line for a pair. So the lead is 11 for the hometown Hastings Raiders. 6 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the second half. And another miss from the free throw line for the Polars. This time it's Powell missing. Now Powell set for his second. And that is good. We've got visiting fans asking for a steal.
Well, when you're down by 10 again,
you kind of need it.
Yeah.
So McGinnis, Mitchell from way behind the arc. That's no good.
Yeah. Oh, and a nice steal there from Mitchell.
Pass is stolen. Ends up in the hands of Gudisa. And they're going to slow it down a bit here with 6.5 to go. Now Gudisa. Ooh, beautiful ball fake. Driving into the lane. That one's stripped clean. Going the other way is right in a 2-on-1.
Smith looked like he was waiting for a foul to get called against Gudisa there as he fell down, but nothing got called as the plays just kept continuing. But now we got another foul, looks like, against McGinnis.
So that's 4 for McGinnis.
Yeah, this is their 18 fouls by the Raiders tonight. That's a little disconcerting.
Fouls starting to add up for the Raiders now.
You have to wonder if someone's actually going to get fouled out of this game tonight.
It'll be double bonus. That barely got to the rim, if we're being quite honest.
Yeah.
So the first free throw is no good there for the junior Ajayi.
McGinnis coming out of the game now.
Like I said, double bonus the rest of the way here for the Polars. So any fouls, they're going to the free throw line for a pair. But they just haven't converted tonight. He misses both.
And it looks like it will be a foul, but
the lead is still 10, 6 minutes and 13 seconds to go. If the Polars were making a decent percentage of their free throws, they might be winning this game.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the one disadvantage they have is they're just not as good a three-throw team as,
and that,
the Raiders have been. But the Raiders have had a lot less opportunities with the free throws. Right.
So we get Gudisa crossing midcourt out near the logo. 6 minutes to go. The advantage is 10 for the Raiders. Now Mitchell passes over to Olson. Olson wants a three from the top of the key. No good. Offensive rebound kicked out to Gudisa. A beautiful offensive rebound there from Connor Deemy, the 6'2 senior forward. And now it's Gudisa trying to break down a defender as he does oh so well, driving to the lane. Layup off the glass is no good. We've got a foul call. It's going to be free throws.
That one on Gudisa, yep.
And that's just an ill-advised foul. He's getting a little aggressive, trying to crash the offensive glass. And now it goes to the free throw line for the Polars, giving them a free chance at points here. Just not what you want to see if you're a Raider fan.
No. It's been 19 fouls in one game is never something you want to walk away with. So, I mean, hopefully the Raiders will learn that from this game.
And of note, that's 4 fouls on Gudisa. So you have to assume he comes out of the game as well with 5.5 to go. And
yeah, this could be costly for the Raiders if they have 3 of their best players, out because they have 4 fouls, and you might see one of them come back in with a few minutes left. But it's hard to say right now.
So Schiller replaces Gudisa, and second free throw is good. So the lead is cut to 9. 5.5 minutes to go. Schiller picking up the ball, and they've got a timeout. So a smart timeout right there to save possession. That would have been a jump ball and likely
right,
or a turnover.
If it was a jump ball, I think it would have been a Raiders, but no.
Still saving a possession because now in the next jump ball you get it anyways.
Yep.
But the lead is 9, and I believe so. I haven't been paying close enough attention. Gudisa has 4 fouls. McGinnis has 4 fouls.
Yes.
Who else has
Arnold.
4?
Axel
Oh,
Arnold.
right.
Yep.
Good call on that. So Axel, and we haven't seen him in quite a while.
Yeah, because he got his 4th one when we were about 13 minutes left in the second half, which is crazy.
I mean, that's 8 minutes ago. So
well, in game time,
that's 8 minutes of game time, and he's one of the best rebounders on this team. But when you have 4 fouls,
right? I mean, I would guess he would be the one of the 3 to come back in, just because he's been out for so long. And if there's only 2 minutes left in the game and then he gets fouled out, then it's not the end of the world.
Right.
But
as soon as you get down that 2-3 minute mark, it's okay to get these players back.
Yeah, I would say the same thing with the Polars with Thomas, who also has 4 fouls on their bench tonight. So he might be able to come back in. Might see another impressive dunk attempt by him, but
Yeah, that first half was electric.
Yeah, exactly.
That was sick.
So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, again, I think the key for the Raiders is don't get fouls called on you. But obviously, it's been fair-sided, I think, with the refs tonight in terms of fouls being called. So you can't say it's one way or the other.
It's just been a lot of ill-advised fouls. I mean, right, like you said, it hasn't been bad officiating. It's just been mental mistakes for the Raiders. But
yeah, for both teams,
with all that being said, they've still got a 9-point advantage and possession. So it'll be Mitchell passing off to Schiller. Schiller driving, now kicking. And back out to Mitchell, who's going straight into the lane.
And
layup is up and good. And a foul, so he's going to go to the free throw line.
Considered an 11-point lead into a 13-point lead here now, but we will see what happens.
So the 5'10 junior guard, Michael Mitchell, making the layup, getting hit hard, converting, and now a chance to make 3 points the old-fashioned way. And he converts the and one. So the lead is 61-49. The Raiders starting to pull away here with 5 minutes and change to go in regulation. And that ball is tipped and stolen, ends up in the hands
Mitchell, who got the tip there to make a steal.
Tries to go for a steal. Schiller instead drives to the lane. Schiller a pump fake. Now back out to Mitchell.
And like we said, Thomas, who already has 4 fouls on him tonight, back in the game.
Fumbles it away. Thomas going the other way. Now a pass into Powell. Powell back to Thomas. Ball's on the floor.
Look at that jump ball here.
That's a football pileup.
Yeah.
There's 4 players on that ball.
Almost 5.
And so it'll be, so it's Polar's possession.
Oh.
So it will be Ishmael Powell to inbound, 4-4-4 remaining in regulation. And we get an inbound pass to Merle Smith. Screen near the right side wing. Smith, a little hesitation. Short corner jumper is up and no good. Oh, what a rebound by Powell. And they're going to say travel. So Powell fell down. It'll be a turnover and Raider possession. Full court pressure will stay on for the Polars. as the Raiders inbound, get it out to Mitchell. Mitchell picking up his dribble now to Schiller. Schiller crossing midcourt across the logo. Now the trap comes. He gets it off to Olsen. Olsen on the wing. And swing pass over to Mitchell, now into the corner. Now to Mitchell, so clearly trying to burn clock right now are the Raiders as Schiller attacks. And now back out to Mitchell on the right side wing. He drives, layup is, oh, it's waved off. They say charge on Michael Mitchell.
Huh.
So the player had established defensive positioning.
That might have just saved Thomas from getting fouled out of the game.
It absolutely did. So that's that's Mitchell's first foul of the game.
Yeah.
So he's got a couple to play with here in the last 4 minutes.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's in for the rest of this game, just because that's only his first foul tonight.
And here we see Axel Arnold coming back into the game, replacing the 6'2 senior forward Connor Deemy. The advantage is 61-49 for the Raiders. Now south of 4 minutes remaining in regulation. North St. Paul is going to have to get something going pretty quickly here. And a beautiful pass into the lane, and that layup is converted by Javon Jackson. So the lead trimmed down to 10. This is Olsen on the drive. Ball is
stolen there by Jaquan Wright.
They say stolen and dribbled out of bounds by Olsen, so it will be polar possession. And we'll get Jaffe Gudisa to check back in, the 5'10 senior guard, replacing Sawyer Schiller.
Gudisa's key is obviously not to get fouled out of this game. Now he's back in. But yeah, this is like what we were seeing after that first time out called in the first 2 minutes of this game by the Polars. You know, they're getting momentum back and, you know, just messing up, getting good steals, and for themselves to at least get some possession time back.
So Jaquan Wright dribbles it off the foot of Axel Arnold, and it'll be Smith to inbound. And Smith finds the post. Beautiful. Oh, it's jammed hard. Oh, my goodness, it's an absolute poster.
I did call that he might get another dunk attempt in there, and he made full advantage of it.
LaRon Thomas up high and down hard. And the lead is trimmed to 8 with 3 to go. Now Raiders with possession. Mitchell top of the key. Now over to Gudisa. Both teams trying to fight hard in the final minutes of this game as the rowdy North St. Paul fans are making noise.
And you also got the North St. Paul bench adding to that noise.
As we got Gudisa attacking, gathering, now kicked out to Mitchell. Thought about a three. He gets bumped. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in regulation. The lead is still 8 points. It's Raider possession. Now Arnold. Arnold over to Mitchell from behind the three-point line. No good. Offensive rebound, and you got to think they're going to slow it down here with 2.5 to go.
Oh, absolutely. And that was a great rebound there from Olsen, something we were looking for from the Raiders earlier in this game, and they made it good.
So Gudisa going to the lane. He's hit
and
hard.
He got fouled.
It'll be a blocking call, and it looks like
it's Thomas.
He's
coming out.
Yeah, I think he thinks it's against him. That'll be his 5th.
I mean, he can walk away with making a successful dunk tonight.
That's right. So
even though he got fouled out, he made two very nice dunk attempts, one going through, the last one. So
he's fouled out of the game. Once again, the lead is 8 points for the Raiders. 2 minutes, 19 seconds to go. And it will be Gudisa at the line to shoot a pair. Tried to go glass on the first one. That's no good. So we get a substitution here. The junior Nino Johnson comes out of the game and is replaced by Demarion Suttles. And Gudisa misses both. Uncharacteristic for him at the free throw line to miss both.
Yeah, there was a little surprise in there, and Arnold not getting a ball called out of bounds on him there as well. So this is another break for the Raiders.
Right, ball tipped out of bounds, and it'll stay Raider possession. So even missing the free throws, they're going to get it back. Now Arnold
Now it's just a matter of killing the clock for the Raiders.
Now
Maybe get a couple shooting opportunities in there.
It's over to Kelvin Marr. Now over to Olson. Back to Gudisa. And, wow, I thought that was an intentional foul. But
Oh, yeah.
now to Mitchell. Now to Arnold. And to Olson. Now Gudisa wasting a lot of time there waiting to foul.
He's getting a shot at redemption on the line here. Make it for those last 2-3.
So once again, the advantage is 8 for the Raiders. 1 minute, 55 seconds to go. Gudisa at the line. It'll be 1-1. If he misses, it's live off the rim. If he makes it, he'll get a second. So he makes the first. He'll get an opportunity here for his second from the free throw line. Advantage back up to 9 points for Hastings. And the second free throw is good. So a bit of redemption, like you said.
Yep.
Going 2 for 2 there on those free throws. And now it's Wright coming back on the attack. Little pull-up jumper inside the lane. Beautiful shot off the backboard. Looks
like the Polars are going to call a timeout there. With only a minute 45 to go.
So the lead back down to 8-4 as we get Town Square Television's update, game of the week. The Raiders leading 6-0 over the Packers in that game. And it is, I believe it's third period, still the second period.
Wow, that's an impressive score for the Raiders over there tonight.
So a dominating performance for the Raiders.
At least in hockey, yeah.
I would even make an argument here tonight as well.
Oh, for sure. I mean, they came out 10-0 to start the game.
Still up 8 points.
Making a good recovery from how it started, yeah.
I believe under 2 minutes to go here in regulation. So it's going to take pretty much a Herculean effort here from the Polars if they want to find a way to win this game. But
yeah, and their best shooters got fouled out of the game, so that's very costly for them.
Weirder things have happened. I think you got to just get the ball to. I know Nino Johnson's shot it well tonight. Of course, Merle Smith has been absolutely dominant. The senior has been so great. So I say those are the 2 players you go to.
Yeah.
And you know what's unfortunate? We haven't seen anything from Casanova Edwards tonight.
You've been pulling up for him all night, and he hasn't showed up. He played a bit in the last game. He made 4 points for the Polars against Eden Prairie on Saturday. But, yeah, we've been hoping for him all night.
I don't think he's taken off the warm-up because I can't see his number on the bench.
No, that's unfortunate.
So probably not expecting to get many minutes tonight.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate because he's got a great name.
Exactly. Would have been nice to be calling his name out on the court here tonight, but unfortunately that's not the case.
So the lead is 8 for the Raiders. They inbound. Now it's Olson. Olson over to Gudisa, who's going to try and cross midcourt, and he does. So Gudisa, oh, beautiful spin move. Going to the rack, a little bit of a pump fake. Back out to Olson. Obviously trying to burn time here, Gudisa. Now just trying to stall as long as he can until the intentional foul inevitably comes, and there it is. But instead it will be on.
Not against McGinnis, so it's going to keep him in the game on the free throw line.
So McGinnis is fouled. The 5'10 senior guard will go to the free throw line. Not in the double bonus yet, so once again it will be 1-1. With an 8-point lead. 1 minute and 19 seconds to go here in regulation. So McGinnis off back iron and no good. And this is Smith going to work in the post. Gets his own rebound. Layup is up.
Impressive rebound there by Smith.
Smith is just been dominating tonight as we get bodies tangled up in the backcourt. No foul is called. Axel Arnold will have possession.
And they're going to push him out of bounds, it looks like.
So we'll get a foul call. Axel Arnold will go to the line. And I believe this will be 2 shots. And it is. So we've reached the double bonus for both teams. The Raiders got there a little bit earlier, but now the Polars joined them as well. The lead is only 6, 63-57. The lead is now 7.
7, yeah.
56.8 seconds remaining in regulation.
And with the time left, in this game, it's a little comfortable for the Raiders with the score they got right now.
And I called it right here. I said get Nino Johnson back in the game, a three-point shooter. They sub him in, replacing, it looked like Jackson.
Yes, Jackson.
So the lead back up to 8, 55 seconds to go. This is Smith with possession. Now over to Wright. And it looks like we've got a foul call, so maybe a little bit of a ticky-tacky call there, but it'll be a pair of free throws here for, I believe, Jaquan Wright. And it is. So an 8-point lead for the Raiders, with Wright at the free throw line. Rims out his first. And they took my guy out. Nino Johnson's going back to the bench.
Just like that.
Emmanuel Ajayi is coming back to the floor. I don't understand that. Nino's a good three-point shooter. That's a guy you need on the floor right now.
Right.
And Wright misses the second. Fight for an offensive rebound. The Polars get it. Pass is nearly picked off. Ends up in the hands of Wright. He goes up hard, and he's fouled. It's going to be a blocking call. Wright's going to go back to the free throw line. So with all these fouls happening, with all the commotion, the lead has pretty much remained steady at 8 for the Raiders.
And it looks like Gudisa just got fouled out of the game on that call.
Oh, wow.
I thought that was Carter Olson who made it.
Way to be paying attention. I totally missed that. So you're right. Gudisa has fouled out of the game. He'll go to the bench. And
with only 41.6 seconds remaining.
the first free throw is good. Lead is now 7. Potentially a chance to be made 2 possessions. So this is a big free throw here with 41 seconds remaining for the Polars. And right off back iron, offensive rebound. Smith, the layup is good. And the lead is now 5 with 37 seconds to go.
Can make this game entertaining to the end here, both teams have.
This game is not over.
Far from it.
You never know what could happen. We've seen both teams turn it over on inbounds passes before. Once again, a 2-possession game. Anything could happen here.
Right.
And obviously a timeout called, so both teams will get a chance to talk it over. You got to think if you're the Polars, you play for a steal on the inbounds pass. If you don't get it, it's an immediate foul. And then you play the free throw game for the last 30 seconds, essentially like they've been playing for the last 2.5 minutes or so.
Yeah, if you're the Raiders, I mean, you get possession, you just kill the clock, but, don't get too comfortable doing so.
So we get a shot right there. We see the team huddle for the Polars, and now we get a
Switch
shot
over to
of
the Raiders.
the Raiders. Once again, the lead is 5, 65-60. Advantage for the Raiders. Both teams in the double bonus, so any fouls will result in free throws. And we've got, despite only having 37 seconds left, I think it might be an action-packed 37 seconds.
It definitely
of game
is.
time. Game time.
I know that's what you meant, but I think it's setting up to be exactly like that as well. So we'll see what happens here.
So it will be Axel Arnold to inbound. He gets it in, so a safe inbounds pass, and we've got a foul.
Already like that.
So only a couple seconds taken off the clock. Polars obviously wanted a steal on the inbounds, didn't get it, had to foul immediately to stop the clock. And we'll get free throws. And now this is obviously,
if you're both teams, this is the one reason why you don't want to be committing any fouls, because you give them an opportunity to bring the score either further or closer apart from each other. So
Kelvin Marr, the 6-foot sophomore guard at the free throw line, makes the first. So maybe a sigh of relief there to push it to an even 2 possessions at a 6-point advantage for the Raiders. Now, maybe perhaps even a bigger sigh of relief if this one goes in, making it 3 possessions. So big free throw here from Marr. And that one's off back iron. Gotta hurry. This is Smith going the other way. He's actually going to opt for the 2. The layup is up and good. And now an immediate foul.
Oh.
So the lead has been trimmed to 4. Slowly chipping away. 24 seconds remaining.
All right.
And again, it's going to come down to free throws here.
Yeah,
4 points is dangerous because although it's rare, the 4-point play is possible.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be Mitchell at the free throw line. He's going to need at least 1.
There it is.
Gets the hometown discount on that one. Finds a way to the bottom of the bucket. The lead is up to 5. And now the second one to potentially get it back to a 6-point lead for the Raiders. 24.4 seconds to go.
There it is.
And it's an even 6 points. So they're gonna let it roll to preserve time on the clock. Now they pick it up, gonna have to shoot a 3. Smith just is gonna go back to the drive.
And
Layup
it works
is
for
good,
him.
but at some point you gotta start shooting 3s here. Running out of time.
It looks like they're just gonna keep committing these fouls. And,
It's the only way they can stop the clock. So
I mean, yeah, it stops the clock, but
it's their only out. It's either that or you let the time run out.
yeah, but then you give the Raiders more opportunities to just keep scoring and make it harder to come back when you stop the clock like that. So,
well, at the free throw line, and the first rim's out. So that's the reason they foul. They're now still a 4-point game. 14.4 seconds to go.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Olsen at the free throw line for his second, trying to get it back to 5. And he misses both. So 13 seconds on the clock. Going to have to score quickly. Smith going to the rack. That layup is good. 8 seconds. Going to have to foul immediately. And they do. So now we're getting
some good game. I mean, you said a lot can happen in 37 seconds of play, and here we are.
If a free throw is missed. All right, now hear me out on this. If he misses the first free throw and it remains at 2, you can miss the second one intentionally to make the clock run automatically off the rebound.
Right.
Instead of if you make, they get a chance to set up.
Right. I think if you're Arnold, you try to make the first one just to get a security, just an insurance point.
Now you might throw it off the side iron and hope they just don't make a half-court shot to win the game.
Right.
I wish we had live timeouts. You have to assume the Polars have no timeouts.
No.
The second
one
goes. So timeout. Wow, I don't know about that timeout.
Yeah, I don't know about that one either.
Okay. I don't like that timeout for the Raiders. You give the Polars a chance to draw up whatever play they want.
With 4.8 seconds left on the
clock. If you don't call a timeout, they have to do it on the fly. Now they get a chance to set up an offense, maybe a quick catch.
Yeah.
So they've got 4 seconds. 4 seconds. If you inbound out, if they can get it out near the logo, it's enough for 3 dribbles or a pass and a shot. So
right. So yeah, we'll see what happens here.
This is great. I mean, this is absolutely beautiful. 69, nice.
Oh,
to 66 game here for the Raiders.
I mean, just hope that the Polars don't get a good opportunity for a 3-pointer. And
a 3-point game, it's going to come down. The last game we called came down to the last possession, too.
And it was Mitchell's, just impressive defense when the ball was being thrown in to prevent anything from happening. For Simley to even get a momentum.
Real quick, who do they go to here? Do you go to Smith? Do you go to Powell, potentially? Jackson? Jaquan Wright? They haven't shot that many threes tonight.
I think it's going to be Smith, honestly.
I know he's just been so good.
He's been lights out all night.
He has. You need a 3, and he hasn't wanted to take the 3 tonight.
No, and Johnson's their best 3-point shooter, but he's out, so, what are they going to do?
I wonder if they're going to sub him back in.
They could, easily.
Because he made a couple in the first half.
I don't think he's committed a foul tonight, and they are.
I think it's going to Nino, man. Wow, what a game this has been. 4.8 ticks to go. A 3-point advantage for the Raiders, 69-66. But
you can easily expect a roll here.
Right. I'm surprised they're not putting pressure on up here to try and wow.
All right.
5 on the 3, 2. They've got to get a shot off. The three-pointer is in. It's good.
Oh!
He hits a 3 to tie. We're going to go to overtime here in Hastings.
My goodness. Jaquan Wright delivering.
Oh, my goodness. Fans are going to have to be settled. We're going to get overtime, baby. Is Buffalo Wild Wings on this? Did someone hit the overtime game?
I don't know, man. The B-dubs here? Nah. Come on.
Call it the Hail Mary of basketball. I cannot believe that went in.
Oh, my goodness. That was impressive.
Who was it?
It was Jaquan Wright. He made it.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you. What a shot to tie it up at 69.
Wow.
And listen to this. We're getting free basketball here.
Exactly.
We're getting more than we bargained. Not that we paid to get in.
No.
But we're getting more than we bargained for.
Exactly. Fans are getting a little more than they were asking for. And, it's been an impressive game all night. And, we're getting rewarded for that with some overtime. Everyone is. So yeah, wow.
So Jaquan Wright hitting a 3 at the buzzer to tie. And we've got 4 minutes here of extended time. This is going to be quite interesting. All the momentum in the world right now belongs to the Polars.
I mean, like I was saying, the Raiders have definitely had a lot more three-point opportunities and they've been making more. But, Jaquan Wright just turned it around for the Polars right there, tying the game. And, the Raiders came into tonight hoping to make it an even 500 record for them on the season. But, this is just wow.
So
I'm losing the words for it.
with all the excitement, with a buzzer beater to tie, a foul game that was played for nearly 2.5 game time minutes. Essentially, we get a clean slate here.
Right.
4 more minutes of action, at least. Maybe double overtime? I don't know. Maybe we'll just be here all night.
We might.
and I'm okay with it. So it's going to be Carter Olson and Javon Jackson to jump. And now that we're in overtime, critical players have fouled out. LaRon Thomas is gone. Jaffe Gudisa is gone. These players will not be seen again.
Axel Arnold is one of the players in the court right now with 4 fouls, and also McGinnis with 4 fouls.
Right.
So, especially for the Raiders, they got a lot to worry about here.
So now we'll get Merle Smith driving and kicking out. And
both teams are going to try to kill the clock here. That is essential for them.
Demarion Suttles going to have possession out near the corner. And finally, pressure will be put on after about 20 seconds of standing around and watching.
I mean, you're killing the clock a little, but, could have made a good shot in that time.
Suttles dishes it off to Smith. Now Smith over to Wright. Wright's going to drive, attacking the lane. Beautiful dump-off pass. Layup is up and good for Ishmael Powell. Now Arnold, and we've got a foul call.
Against Arnold.
Getting a little bit bumpy back there. And it's going to be free throws, so we're going to remain here. Oh, wow. That's Powell's 5th foul.
Now he's out of the game.
Powell's gone.
There have been so many fouls tonight, it's been hard to keep track of everyone
and we're gonna get
in their mount.
We're going to get Emmanuel Jaye checking back into the game while we have Axel Arnold, the 6'1" junior forward, going to the free throw line. The Raiders trail by 2, 71-69. First free throw is short and no good. 2 minutes, 57 seconds remaining here. And for the first time tonight, we will see senior 6'2" center Jake Sandquist checking into the game. So an interesting move there. Someone that hasn't played all night coming into the game for overtime.
No, that's definitely a smart move.
Fresh
Olsen hasn't.
legs.
Yeah, exactly. But Olsen also hasn't made as many fouls as some of his teammates. But at the same time, you got to switch to the right position.
And we get an offensive rebound that ends up in the hands of McGinnis. We got
no foul called.
Ends up in the hands of Arnold, and the layup is good. So a lot of contact.
I was shocked there was not a foul called there against, not against McGinnis, on McGinnis, yeah.
Knotted up at 71, 2.5 minutes to go.
That
Pass
was
is
right
stolen.
into Sanquist's face.
Mitchell steals. Now to McGinnis.
That pass went right into Jake Sandquist's face.
McGinnis over
you're on
to
the court
Arnold.
for a few seconds, and then that's
Arnold.
what happens.
Back to McGinnis. McGinnis wants a three. That's good! McGinnis for three, cashing in and extending the lead to three. 74-71 for the Raiders. 2 minutes and change here to go in the extra period.
And if you're the Raiders defense right now, you definitely got to be watching both Wright and Smith. They're going to try to take advantage of any good scoring opportunity they get, and there's one from Smith. Bringing the game back within one.
A jumper from the lane, cutting the lead to one. Less than 2 minutes to go, 1:45 on the clock. Arnold with possession for the Raiders. Arnold over to Schiller. Schiller nearly loses it out of bounds, goes baseline. Kicks out to Sandquist. Sandquist over to McGinnis.
Yeah, this is Polar defense right now with the
my
steal, but they
goodness.
might be calling a foul.
Oh my goodness. Getting a...
Yep, they're calling a foul against Jackson.
The coach says ball, he tackled him.
Yes. Yeah,
He tackled him. It's a foul.
Yeah, that was a tackle by Jackson there. So you get McGinnis to the free throw line after he just made a 3-point.
So McGinnis, obviously. Wow, we've got some conversation happening between the head coach for the Polars and the ref asking about the last. I can't believe he's asking about the last call.
I'm right there with you.
First
it makes no sense.
First free throw is no good. The advantage is one. And we'll get Nino Johnson checking back into the game, replacing Emmanuel Ajayi. And McGinnis will get set for his second. The Raiders' lead being only one. Exactly 1 minute and 30 seconds to go in overtime. And McGinnis connects. The lead is two.
And especially when you're at the free throw line, with how the game is right now, you definitely want to get one of those two in, and that's what happened with McGinnis on his second shot.
Now Merle Smith, you got to think he's going to attack the bucket once again. He's done so.
Oh, absolutely.
He's done so all night. Now dribble moves, crossover, going into the lane, and the ball is loose tipped, and it'll remain Polar possession.
I mean, the good thing there was the defense played well enough that Smith wasn't able to really get a good attempt on a layup. But then you get the ball knocked out of bounds.
Minute 11 to go. Polar possession. Now it's Smith. And now over to Suttles for three, and that's good! Suttles regaining the lead for the Polars. 76-75.
And we got a timeout called by the Raiders.
Both teams. I mean, this is
unbelievable.
I mean, this feels like Ali Frazier, a heavyweight fight. Both teams going back and forth. They're throwing haymakers right now.
I know. It's crazy.
This has been the best game of the season.
Absolutely.
And
by far.
And that's saying a lot, considering the last game came down to the final possession as well.
But this one went into overtime
right,
on a three-pointer.
That's what I'm saying. So
at the buzzer.
This is absolutely premium content.
Yes.
For anyone that is watching or listening to this.
No doubt.
So the Polars, a 76-75 advantage over the hometown Raiders. Both teams have been in the double bonus for about 8 minutes of game time.
Mm-hmm.
And this might come down to the last shot once again.
I'm thinking it's going to. That has been the theme for the night, and I think that's going to continue here. No doubt.
Both teams trying hard to work their way up in the conference standings. Hastings 5-6 overall record compared to North St. Paul 2-6. Both teams desperately needing a win here tonight. And clearly the effort is being shown
by both teams.
They both want to win.
I think the one thing that the Polars have advantage of right now is just, a lot more cheering on from their crowd here.
The Raiders inbound, trailing by one, now south of 1 minute to go. 54 seconds on the clock.
Ooh.
Ball is loose, and it's turned over. Polars going the other way. Fast break layup is good for
that was costly for
Jaquan
Mitchell
right
there.
now, trailing by 3. 40 seconds to go. They either need. It's another.
By Smith.
And Smith with a layup, and the wheels are off.
Wow.
For the Raiders. chances of winning quickly evaporating here for the Raiders.
And Smith again.
Another turnover. Smith, the layup is good. The lead is 7. My goodness. An absolute collapse we're seeing in the last 30 seconds here.
Oh, my God.
And another turnover to seal
and
it.
A foul might get called there.
We're talking 4 turnovers in 30 seconds.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Merle Smith might have just one player of the game there, just with those 3 plays.
I wish we had live stats.
I know.
He's got to have 25, 30 points, 15
easily.
Rebounds. And my goodness.
And he's getting to the free throw line.
For a team that had stayed so composed in the Raiders the entire game.
Came out 10-0.
To absolutely just have, like I said, the wheels come off in the last 30 seconds is something that we haven't seen from this team. This is not something that
this is March Madness basketball, honestly. You could compare it to that. I mean, that doesn't start for 2.5 weeks, and it's obviously the college level, but this is giving me those vibes.
Yeah, this has been crazy, and Smith, as he connects again there on the free throw. The lead is 8, and we're getting a Bowler Nation chant from the visiting crowd. 10 seconds to go in the game. McGinnis over to Mitchell. Mitchell will shoot the 3, and
no good.
That's no good. So the clock will run out. The Polars will leave victorious. A miracle last-second shot by Jaquan Wright in regulation sends it to overtime. And then in overtime, it was an absolute dominating performance for the Polars. They win 83-75. So the Raiders will move to 5-7 overall. The Polars will move to 3-6. And still, Hastings will still have the advantage in terms of conference standings, so North St. Paul won't move. But it does get them a bit closer to their goal of trying to make the playoffs. And
I mean, even with the Raiders,
game.
like, they can walk away with some good things here tonight. I mean,
absolutely.
Their 3-point game, their competitiveness all night. But, the Polars were able to meet that at certain points when it mattered most for them. And, Jaquan Wright with the 3-pointer to send this game into overtime.
Merle Smith, there he is. As we see players going up to the locker room, just
dominating.
It doesn't even
meet the standard. Yeah.
He was just absolutely fantastic
on
tonight.
Fire all night.
So with that being said, here's some credits for Hunter Pinckey, Ian Andrusak, Max Slocum, Ben Moen, Theo Tollefson on color commentary. I'm Reagan Hooverman on play-by-play. Thanks for joining us tonight for the most entertaining game of the season. We'll see you next time.